Good morning, and thank you all for coming today. From the time I became governor, and even before then, it seemed to me to be strange that New Jersey state government was still in the business of television. Candidly, once I became governor, it became even stranger to me that we were still in the business of television. We need to have robust New Jersey public broadcasting here in our state, but we need to have it in a way that is not continuing to cost the taxpayers and can be perceived as truly independent from state government. Those were the two objectives that I set forward when I spoke before the legislature and said we needed to move to a new era of New Jersey public broadcasting. I then turned over, along with the cooperation of the legislature, that process to the state treasurer. And we have engaged in a really robust stage of bidding and proposals put forward for New Jersey public broadcasting going forward here in New Jersey. And I am proud to announce today that we have reached an agreement with WNET as the new independent broadcast entity that will be the successor to New Jersey Network effective July 1st of this year. The new channel will be called NJTV, and the final agreement fulfills the goals that I outlined just before: independence and sustainability, ending both the taxpayer subsidy of and the state's role in public broadcasting, while preserving New Jersey-centric coverage and programming as its mission. New Jersey Public Media will be a new nonprofit entity that will be established by WNET to operate the station. It will be governed by a board of New Jersey citizens. Its interim general manager will be a resident of Montclair. And its focus will be on bringing the strongest and most complete New Jersey public broadcasting that we have ever had in the state. Better programming from the broader PBS network and even more New Jersey-centric programming than we have today on the current NJN. A few things before I turn it over to Neil Shapiro for some remarks, and I'll come back for questions. WNET is going to partner with the Caucus Educational Corporation and Steve Adubato Jr. to produce New Jersey-focused public affairs programming for the new channel. A couple of things to dispel from some of the coverage we've seen over the last 2 days. There is an absolute requirement in the agreement between the state and WNET for a nightly news broadcast to happen every night on NJTV. There is an absolute requirement for the coverage of live State House events like the State of the State address, the budget address, and other major addresses that will happen here in the State House. There is an absolute requirement for live election night coverage of New Jersey elections on NJTV, and there is a requirement for at least 20 hours of New Jersey-centric programming per week. All of those things are contract provisions which are placed in our agreement with WNET. So any information that was put out over the last few days by a media outlet to the contrary is absolutely incorrect. We are going to continue to focus on making sure that New Jerseyans have the ability to access information about those public affairs issues that are of their concern across the entire state. And we will have a new weeknightly news program that will be called NJ Today. It will start on July 1st in an initial form, and then we'll have a full launch of a broader nightly news program starting in September of 2011 in the traditional 6 and 11 p.m. Time slots. So what we're able to accomplish here on the TV side has been to get this out from under state control of broadcasting, to end taxpayer subsidies of this, and to move from here as we go forward to even broaden in a deeper and greater way the coverage of New Jersey public affairs and cultural issues. In addition, all of New Jersey Network's radio licenses will be acquired outright. WHYY is acquiring 5 licenses: WNJM in Manahawkin, WNJN in Atlantic City, WNJZ in Cape May Courthouse, WNJB in Bridgeton, and WNJS in Berlin. The other licenses are being acquired by New York Public Radio, which operates WNYC and WQXR. New York Public Radio is acquiring 4 licenses: WNJY Netcong, WNJP Sussex, WNJT Trenton, and WNJO Toms River, and will create a new public radio station with a New Jersey News Bureau to produce and broadcast New Jersey-focused public radio broadcasting. Also, as a part of the agreement, a redeveloped website and new media online presence will be created, along with the adaptation of the existing online education initiative, Vital, to New Jersey for the public's use. Vital is a free online library, as many of you know, more than 5,000 learning assets, including video and audio clips, interactive features, lesson plans, and worksheets. So we are looking forward to this new partnership. We think it's going to serve the people of the state of New Jersey extraordinarily well, and we think it also meets our goal of making sure that government is out of the broadcasting business. In my view, that should have ended with the Soviet Union. It's ending here in New Jersey a little bit later than the fall of the wall in Berlin, but we're getting there. So let me introduce Neil Shapiro for remarks, and then I'll come back and be available for questions. Neil.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning. I'm Neil Shapiro, president of WNET, and I'm here for one reason. I believe in the importance of public broadcasting, and I want to keep it alive in New Jersey. Over the years, we've admired the great work done by NJN, but going forward, we must also acknowledge that this is a time of tremendous turbulence and uncertainty in the world of media. And in this environment, survival belongs only to those who are nimble, who recognize that the old rules and arrangements may not be viable anymore. We already see this in the commercial world, where there's been waves of consolidation. Stations realize it makes no economic sense to have separate and expensive back-office functions. Viewers don't really care where payroll services are or where master control is located. In the world of public broadcasting, the challenges are the same and more. Funding has been challenged on so many levels. Some PBS stations have dropped out. Other struggling stations have made deals with larger PBS stations just to survive. It's those lessons of the past that inform the future of New Jersey public television. As the governor said, the state of New Jersey will keep the broadcasting license. That's where the asset value is, and it's what we suggested from the beginning. We think our experiences, resources, and innovative drives help make us the ideal partner to operate New Jersey's public television network smartly for the future. I'd like to take just a few minutes to talk about our vision. And we begin, as the governor said, with a branding change. As of July 1st, pending legislative approval, NJN will become NJTV, a new name for a new beginning. What will you see on NJTV? Well, first and foremost, we'll be dedicated to New Jersey news. Contrary to rumors, there will be a 5-day-a-week broadcast which will run in the same time slots as it has on NJN. We'll call it NJ Today. But there will be some big differences from what you've seen in the past. First, there will be a new tone for the broadcast. We see NJ Today squarely in the tradition of the PBS NewsHour. That means increased focus on government, policy, and key issues facing the state, more in-depth coverage, and extensive interviews. We've already put one camera in the Senate chamber. Our next stop, putting one in the Assembly. We'll cover the state, the whole state, in a new way. In addition to a small reporting staff, we'll build an exciting new model that we believe could redefine public media, not just in New Jersey, but across the country. The key ingredient will be partnerships. We want to partner with universities and colleges across the state. Many have their own TV studios and journalism departments. We want to partner with newspapers across the state. Many are launching their own video news reports and services. We want to work with online journalists and public radio reporters and analysts. And we'll partner with arts and culture organizations across the state, because New Jersey's rich artistic community does not get the attention it deserves. We'll start slowly, what we're calling our summer edition, but by the fall, we hope to have our robust program firmly in place. We're also committed to news and public affairs across the entire schedule. As most of you know, we broadcast NJN News on 13, and that will continue. For years, we've been co-producing award-winning New Jersey content with the Caucus Educational Corporation, more than 140 hours alone last year. We'll do more with that on NJTV. But we'll also want to work more with Steve and other New Jersey-based independent filmmakers and journalists. As I said, it's a new beginning, so I'd like to tell you how our 50 years of innovative programming on public broadcasting will translate into something that will improve NJTV from day one. First, as mentioned, a new broadcast schedule. We'll continue to bring your favorite PBS shows to you as we always done, but we're going to add new ones. For example, we're delighted to say Charlie Rose will be joining the NJTV schedule. More kids programming. We're introducing an expanded, uninterrupted kids block all day long, which will better suit children's viewing patterns. Better educational material. Our world-class education department will make its video library and lesson plans available immediately to all New Jersey teachers online, and will soon begin aligning our materials with the guidelines from the New Jersey Department of Education. And finally, a dramatically improved website. We'll offer a completely revamped website. For the first time, visitors will be able to watch their favorite PBS shows online. I'm naming John Servideo, General Manager of WLIW and a Montclair resident, as the interim General Manager of NJTV. We'll be hiring a New Jersey-based executive producer and a 15 to 20-person staff based in New Jersey. We've established a New Jersey nonprofit company, Public Media NJ, which will have a New Jersey-based board of trustees. Montclair's Josh Weston and Morristown's Liz Thomas, a former NJPBA board member, are the first two charter trustees. We'll begin recruiting board members shortly. As for funding, there are some revenues associated with the operation, like the CPB appropriation, and by law, that must be spent on programming, but it won't be enough. So we need to raise several $1 million to do what I've outlined today. We'll be approaching philanthropists, foundations, and corporations, and let me be clear about this. The money we raise in New Jersey will stay in New Jersey, funding the kind of content I've been describing. We'll be making regular presentations to the New Jersey Public Broadcasting Authority during our 5-year term, but the most vital feedback we will get will be from viewers. We're going to ask them what's happening, and let me say our goal is to use our resources we have in the most efficient way we can to build a viable public television network that can serve this great state for years to come. Thank you.
I also, before I take questions, want to thank the treasurer,